man.
Yeah, I mean, Murder Stat. Hello too. I'm sorry, Murder. What's good, man?
Hello, Stat.
How you doing, man?
We're all
Doing
back
good.
in studio.
Yeah,
I love
man.
it.
Yeah, man.
Great.
Before y'all start though, I'm waiting on my popcorn. In case it's one of those mornings.
Yeah, I'm gonna save some of the popcorn. You need like a half of popcorn.
Yeah.
Cause I'm gonna save some of it for Talk with Flea. So,
Hey, Larry, bring my popcorn.
You got
yeah.
the popcorn. Oh, okay.
Full bucket.
It's a
full
popcorn
bucket.
morning. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, what up, nigga?
It's a Monday popcorn.
Good, man. How you? Nigga said. It's a half a popcorn. You should just half a bucket for us.
Just gotta save some. Okay. Well, we gotta talk about this fight. That's the first thing we're gonna talk about because we all seen it. Tank versus Roach went down on Saturday in New York, and the results wasn't what a lot of people wanted or expected. It did end in a majority draw. So based off of what you saw, Mase, do you feel like there is a clear winner?
Real quick, I know Mase usually starts. Mase, you mind if I start?
Yeah, go ahead. You go. I got my popcorn.
Because I just want to say something to your credit.
Okay.
This is really to your
I
credit.
really need my popcorn.
Yeah. Because a lot of times I'll be like, this nigga Mase he be bugging, yo. Like, I don't say it out loud because your opinion is your opinion. Mase always says, yo, don't bring this nigga out with you. Because they're not going to win if you bring this nigga out with you. Talking about football games, basketball games. And I'll be sitting here like, I don't really know, but then I got it when the fight went on. When you got that type of energy and you breathe in that energy when everybody's sad and mad and depressed and try to look happy, but they not really happy, it gets into you. You have to keep sage in that environment. When you're in that environment, it lingers into the fight, and that's kind of the result of the fight. So I just want to before we get into the actual fight, I just want to tell you, I see what you're talking about now, because the people you with could possibly fuck your energy up for some shit that you supposed to do. You can't come out with that energy, man. It's bad energy, man. It is bad energy, man. Nobody's happy over there. Everybody's sad. Everybody act like they happy. You ever see that movie? I'm pretty sure you've seen Goodfellas.
Yeah.
And it's a part in Goodfellas where Sam Rothstein, who's played by Robert De Niro, they having mad fun. And Nikki, who's played by Joe Pesci, they over there just looking at them niggas like, yeah, we're having fun too. They not having no fun. Tank, get out of there. Get out of there. But let's get to the fight, Murder. I see what you talking about now when you talk. And this has nothing to do with Murder. Murder says this about basketball games, football. I'm saying this that I see what he's talking about. Nasty work. Nasty work, man.
You gotta have greatness with you. I remember we was talking about the Eagle game, and I said, if what was that? I said if Meek Mill walked them out, they're not gonna win a championship. Meek didn't walk them out, they end up winning that championship. It's just something about it. Like I remember Terrence Crawford came out with Eminem.
Mm-hmm.
And he went on to have one of those moments, you know what I'm saying? It says a lot, you know. Who else was that?
Well, on the opposite end of the spectrum, this is what fucked the Lions up. When you bring out Jello.
Mm-hmm.
And listen.
See the writing's on the wall.
Yeah, Jello not from Brooklyn, and them niggas wasn't from Brooklyn.
No.
Yeah,
in this fight, I mean, still trying to be serious.
Yeah, man.
All right. I mean, if he left Boston for the ladies, I don't know how he's doing it in Houston, for real, to tell the truth. you would just have to think. I just hope he's keeping his nose clean. Is that how they say it? But he's doing a great job coaching. But just think about it. There's fellas watching this. You know what I'm talking about. If he was doing that in Boston, how are you holding up in Houston, Killer? What do you think about that?
You trying to say Houston girls are better than Boston girls? Is that what you said?
I mean, Houston got the baddie.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they said one of the boxers was fighting one of the singers over chicks in Houston at 50 Cent event.
Yeah, listen, man.
That is Houston.
No, I like girls all over the world, but Houston is very tempting. It's a very tempting city. And then not only that, the nightlife in Houston is crazy, but he knows all eyes is on him.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's keeping his nose clean, but it's a very tempting place to be at. It's a very tempting city.
Yeah, that's why I
Absolutely.
said we're praying for Ime, you know. I hope he continues to do well, win a championship there and defy all the odds.
The whole problem with Ime, it wasn't about him smashing chicks. He's smashing chicks within the organization.
Oh.
That was more the
He
problem.
was fraternizing.
Yeah. It was an HR nightmare. That's what
I never understood that. I never understood. Not that I don't understand fraternizing, but I didn't understand why they brought him up and not the person. But, you know, I'm going to leave that alone.
She's still working there.
Yeah. They actually brought both of them out, but like he was the one that got sent.
Why they didn't fire her?
Husband works there too.
Like,
okay, let's skip over that. Stat, what's your question?
Yeah, do you think that Ime Udoka is one of the best coaches in the league right now? And how do you feel about
I think he's definitely one of the best coaches in the league. I would put him up there with of course Pop, of course who else is doing an amazing job? Whoever's coaching Cleveland is doing an excellent job. Who?
Kenny.
Yes.
Kenny.
He's doing an excellent job. And Boston, the coach of Boston, because after you win, normally a team get lax. So for him to be able to, Missoula?
Yeah.
To be able to get them up to play every single night and time after time and stay on the course to win another championship, that takes a lot. That takes even more than a person to win it the first time. To win after the first time takes even more fortitude. So I will put Missoula first, but Ime is somewhere in there in the top 10.
Yeah, I agree with everything what Mase said, but he just committed blasphemy comparing this nigga to Pop. You way out of line, my nigga. You just real as wild.
And who to Pop?
Ime. You said I put him up there with Pop. That's wild disrespect.
Not with Pop. I mean, in
it shouldn't even be. It should not. They should not even be in the same room,
yeah,
bro.
Pop is like.
Why would you put them
Tupac and Biggie? You don't put them in a group with all other people.
You just did it. You just.
I was just saying he's in a list. I don't put him up there with Pop. Two things can be right at the same time, Cam.
What do you think, Stat?
No. Two things can't be right at the same time. Those are two different, apples to oranges.
Yo, that is wild. That's wild disrespectful.
I was just seeing if you was going to go with me.
No.
You're no friend. You're no friend, Stat.
I'm a friend, but I have eyes and I have ears.
What about, why she can be your friend because you bugging? I'm your friend and you bugging. I'm your best friend and you bugging,
Cam,
nigga. You wildin'.
You're triggered. You're triggered.
That's not triggered. I'll let you know I'm triggered. That is just wildin'. If you put Ime Udoka, got his name right this time, in a conversation today.
Say it again. Ime what?
Ime Udoka in the same conversation with Greg Popovich on February 26, 2025.
Cam, I'm not putting him up there in greatness. I'm putting him up there on a list. He's on a list. Somebody got to be on a list other than Pop. Pop is the best of all of them, but he's, we're just putting the other people that's in the 10.
Pop is on a list with Bill Belichick.
Yes.
Pat Riley, Phil Jackson. What's my nigga just left Alabama stat?
Nick Saban.
Ime Udoka is in the fucking parking lot somewhere, bro. That is nigga is not.
He's with Tom Thibodeau and them.
Oh.
Ime.
So say Tom Thibodeau. You know how you get?
No, I was saying, but he's having a good year, so I put him in that group. But he's not like permanently in that group.
Title Town's on the move. Title Town is back on the.
Stop with like this. I don't know where he's going with
You could have
this.
said, I'd take that.
You gotta
back.
keep moving
Like,
the goalposts.
That's not what I meant.
Until you get first down.
Accountability.
This is why when a nigga, this is why when a nigga asks if me and Mase is cool, and I said I didn't think so. this is how far it goes. To where they're gonna say I'm right, no matter what's going on. Okay, I'm just gonna equate what he said. The Title Town's on the move. So okay, Mase, I get it. He's on a list.
He's on the list. If you have to make a list, you have to put him on a list with other people. He can't be on a list by himself.
I said I agree with every name you said outside of Popovich.
Okay.
I
So
agree.
do we leave Pop off the list?
Yeah.
First of all, it depends on.
Because I'm cool with that. I'm not spinning right now.
No, see, it's a different way to put it. Now it's two different questions. Because Pop is not on no list with that nigga. Now we talking about who's doing. Now, first of all, Pop.
I'm glad you said that because that's how I feel when niggas put my name on lists with niggas.
I agree with you. Listen,
I'm not on that list.
There you go.
Yeah,
So why you got a problem with it? I don't know why you got a problem
That's
with
another
it.
spin.
Yeah, you still spinning it to where some type of way. This is what I'm trying to say. You'll keep going till niggas say, let me spin till they dizzy. Mike Irvin, I like it, man. If you can't convince them, confuse them. That's Michael Irvin. Let us know that, man.
Look at Stats. I don't know where we at.
Stat knows where we're at. She's just like, whatever.
Let you do you.
Now we talking about
You
listeners. I
dizzy,
know I have to answer the question, but to answer the question, before I answer the question, is this: if we're putting Ime Udoka on the list for best coaches this year, absolutely. Best coaches in the last couple years, absolutely. Has Pop been a good coach the last couple years? I'll say he's been all right. He doesn't have the talent to be one of the best coaches, but he stayed around. Actually, my belief is to help Wendy learn the game. Is he having better coaching years than Ime Udoka? Absolutely not. But that's what I'm talking about. What list are we talking about? The coaches for this year and last year? Or are we talking about coaches, period? I don't even think he should be in the convo. But as Mase said, he doesn't believe he should be on certain lists neither. You know, also said that my man Dion. Dion said, we got to start getting rooms in this Hall of Fame now. They just starting to let, everybody. He said they got to get a penthouse with me and some other niggas is at because every year it's becoming a mess. They just starting to put anybody in the motherfucking Hall of Fame. Dion's starting to get offended. And I felt Dion on that, man, because I seen a few players that came in and I'm like, ooh.
Yeah,
it's wild. It's wild. But
and Dion's from Title Town.
Yeah, I know. Dion's definitely from Title Town. But
that's what I mean when I say Title Town's on the move. They letting anybody in. Pause.
I don't know what Ime Udoka got to do with Title Town. I have no idea what Ime Udoka has anything to do with Title Town.
Yeah.
But to get to the question, Stat, seriously, it's exactly. I know we're asking, is Ime Udoka a good coach? And the second part of the question is, how far can Houston go?
Yeah, basically just how do you feel about how they've been playing compared last year to now?
Well, I think they're playing great. I think they played great last year. It's about building chemistry, and that's what we was talking about with the Lakers earlier. This year, they're building the chemistry. I think the most determined people on the Rockets is Ime Udoka, even though he's a coach, but then you also have Dylan Brooks, who got shipped out of Memphis. He was like, okay, cool. So I think between Ime Udoka and Dylan Brooks, them niggas really, really, really have a point to prove. Now, what I'll say is this is the real question. How far can Houston go? They're doing great now. They were doing better early in the year. But this is the thing with young niggas, and this is what I'm talking about. The younger the kids are, to me, my personal opinion, the smaller their attention span is. And for 82 games to stay locked in, focused, including the playoffs, and I'm not saying that they're not professional basketball players. They know that comes with the game. What I'm saying is this. You have to stay locked in all season. Do we see people go off and start doing podcasts and other things and things with their girlfriend, etc.? Yes. But the younger these guys get, and not just guys, I'm talking about humanity as a whole. Attention spans get shorter and shorter. I was having a meeting with some people about some movie stuff that I'm doing, and they're saying, Cam, we're in the direction of starting to do 20 to 25-minute movies because young kids can't sit there for an hour, 20 minutes, hour and a half, 2 hours to watch a whole movie. Because before the movie's over, they did a survey. You know, they do all these analytics when it's in Hollywood, and they say they go on their phone 7 to 10 times during a movie. So you don't even have the attention span to watch an hour and a half movie without going in your phone. And I think that that's translating to all these kids growing up. So back to the young thing that we're talking about when it comes to the Houston Rockets, they have to be locked in, and that's what we'll see. So I don't know how far that they go right now, because to me they were playing much better earlier, and they're not playing bad now, but they were in the second seed for a long time, dropped to the third, dropped to the fourth, and now they're fifth.
I think they're doing actually, compared to last year, this Houston Rocket team is like night and day. I think they went to a new level, but I also think this is what Ime was protecting when James Harden was trying to come over. He knew that they would have this progression, and he was trying to protect it from bringing somebody on the team that he thought could send that progression in a different direction. And it kept the team pure, kept the team focused. And now they have to make the next jump, which is what Cam is talking about. And that's winning in the playoffs and staying focused so you can win when it count. I got them in the first round, second round. They probably won't go any further than the second round. Maybe they win the first round, but if they start out against the Lakers, that's still going to be a goodie.
Yeah, I think you can even give more credit to the other players on the roster, because even their center, he's 22, Alperin, he's been averaging a double-double. Obviously, we've seen Dylan Brooks, Jalen Green, even though everybody had the jokes we've seen, he has not let down. He's been playing phenomenal, so shout out to him. And Dre, if he's good, they good. And even one of the twins, Amen Thompson, he's been balling, and he's had a lot of been playing with a lot of conviction. Like even when they played the Heat, he got in a fight with Tyler Hero. He had a flagrant against Giannis when they played the Bucks. Like every player on that team has been doing their role as they should.
The one name, I guess I want you to finish. So.
No, they've been playing their role as they should, and it's all meshed really well in a way that I think people kind of were overlooking because they were a young team. So kind of seeing it play out. Yeah, it's easy to say that they're a sleeper team, but like they definitely have what it takes to kind of take things all the way, because all the players have that fire in them. So it's cool to see.
Everybody talks about all the names that we said. To me, the second best player on that team is, and I don't want to pronounce his name wrong, is Sengun. Sengun.
Say Alperin, because I don't.
Sengun. That's like, that nigga's nice. And he's the second best player, if not maybe the best player on the Rockets, because he's not a lot of people not paying attention. That is the best player, if not second best player, if not the best player on the Houston Rockets. We all familiar with Jalen Green and the names that we all said, but Sengun is actually their first or second best player on that team, and he's going to be a key element to see how far they go as well.
And you know what? He's another international player. So maybe that's the key.
Maybe.
You need an American, you need an international player to have a little mix, and then it works out, because we've seen it work out for the best teams. So
well, actually, there was no international player on Boston last year.
Well, besides Boston.
Well, of course, besides
Boston, and that's why Boston is America's team.
The key word is besides.
Porzingis.
Yeah, that's true. I like Porzingis. That's a good point.
So
it's a good one.
It's a good little.
The reason I thought about that, because I think Porzingis, and that's a great name, I think he's more of a third option, because we know who's a first and second team, first and second option, depending on what day it is.
Depending on the day.
He been hearing niggas.
Kiss and Styles feet?
Yeah, but Snoop said, they must have forgot. He said they see him with Martha Stewart. they see him on The Voice. They said, you forgot where all this shit originated from. Wow. And I asked him, what the fuck is you on? Like, because it's that type of shit.
Yeah.
Because he going crazy. Snoop, tell the people a little bit about your album and why you want to do this album, what label it's on, and what you've been doing music-wise the last few months.
Well, the record is on Death Row, Interscope, Aftermath. wanted to get back with Dr. Dre and get back on my shit because that's my producer. That's the best director for me. And I'm so doing so many different things right now. It's like the young generation really don't know what I do because they see me do so much. So I have to like reintroduce myself to them as an MC, as a rapper, as one who do this all the time, who's done this and who knows how to continue to do it. But to make a record that reminds motherfuckers who I am. Because I'm a rapper. And when rappers rap, it makes me want to rap, especially when they good at it.
Mhm.
Now, when they making regular shit, I don't really want to get out. When my motherfuckers is making shit that make people pay attention to lyrics again, and production, and musicianship, that's where it's like, okay, I need to get back on my shit because that's what I got in this for. So it's like it's a competitive drive to see someone win a championship. And you say to yourself, well, shit, I still got championship drive. I want to go win me one.
Right.
Let me put my team together and see if we can lace up one more time and do the things that we do.
Right. How did you, and we talked about this earlier, but for the people listening, how did you end up getting Death Row, owning Death Row right now? Because for our audience that doesn't know, Snoop actually owns Death Row. Not just the CEO of your owner, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, sir. Owner of Death Row Records and the publishing and the masters and the IP.
Talk.
Right.
How'd you go about getting that? Because somebody that's younger may not understand. Me and Mase, you know, we listened to you before Mase had a deal, before I had a deal. You know, it was Mase. One day went on a rant, and I was agreeing with the rant, and it was part of Title Town and all this other shit. I grew up under Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. I'm from Bitches Ain't Shit. I'm from
where Title Town came from.
He started going off, and that's the shit.
Get him, man.
Yeah, and that's what we grew up to. And then, you know, Mase ended up getting his deal a few years after you, and then me a couple years after him. But for you to own Death Row, and me and Mason, of course, White and Larry, and Stat may not be familiar with the legacy of what came and all the violence and beef and everything else behind it. For you to have that as an owner, not just CEO, is a very, very, very big deal. How did that come about?
Well, it came about for me, like observing and watching Death Row Records be moved around, mishandled, different owners, and me just watching my legacy just fall apart because those first two records are going to always be connected to me. And I would always be out and about and people would want me to sign Doggy Style or sign a Dogfather. And I was like, damn, I'm signing these albums, but I don't even own this shit. And the way y'all handling it, y'all mishandling my legacy.
Right.
So when the time came for Death Row to be moved into some real investors who had it, somebody in the business world reached out to me and was like, Death Row is for sale. But they'll only sell it to you. And I'm like, for real? Look at God. Because I wanted to go work for my masters. I wanted to go get with Koch and tell them, look, I know y'all got it. Let me do a deal with y'all where I work off my masters. Like I come and be the CEO for Death Row, build y'all shit up. You know, people like me, I can get people to like Death Row. They didn't want to do it. Shake them, go get a job at Def Jam so I can learn the corporate side. And they was like, why the fuck you want to work for Def Jam? First of all, I love the label. I love what it means to hip hop. And I need to learn some corporate things that I wouldn't learn elsewhere.
Right.
Go learn that information. Death Row becomes available. Shake dice, get the bag right. Go holler at them. Buy the masters first. Buy the publishing. Buy the IP. I need that. All of it.
That's dope. Let me ask you one more question. I don't know if y'all got,
That's real.
That's super real. And a lot of people don't know that, and we don't have time here, or we probably, me and you got to go smoke one of them sessions you smoke me out on for this real conversation. But how did Harry O get back involved? Or is Harry O still involved?
Yes.
With Def Jam? I mean, pardon me, with
Row.
Death Row. Pardon me. I'm sorry.
Well, Harry O got pardoned by Donald Trump.
Right.
And we was working on that to try to get him home. And when he got released, I brought him in with me because I knew that I was about to buy Death Row.
Right.
So I wanted to make sure that he knew that we would have possession of it. So when he came home, I got it, put him down, put him on, helped him clean his shit up so that way, you know, when they let a nigga like that out, they expect him to go right back.
Right.
So we got to give him a whole new walk because life is different. 33 years separated from the streets.
Right.
So we basically gave him the spirit to get his spirit back right, for him to find himself again, but to find it the right way and do it the legal way. And we just bonded. We built a brotherhood, a friendship. We got a Death Row documentary that we shot. That's, oh my God, this shit is dope as a motherfucker. That's coming out, and you'll hear his story, my story, the people who made Death Row, but from a positive perspective, not nobody shitting on nobody or hating on nobody, but just the truth.
Right.
And Harry O was brought back in because I felt like he was financing the projects and never received anything. And by me owning it now, I didn't owe him anything, but my respect and my loyalty for real shit made me feel like I had to do something for him.
Right.
And that's what I did.
That's what's up, man. My last question, and nobody ever asked this question, and you may not know the answer to this question, but how the fuck did DOC get in the fold being from Dallas? You just see DOC in the mix with Dr. Dre. And I know you came later afterwards, but nobody ever asked, how did DOC get from Dallas to
LA.
Compton?
Yeah.
Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre was fucking with somebody out there that knew about some talent, and then he brought DOC to California, and he began writing for Eazy-E and all of them. Like, he was a writer.
No, we know the DOC story, but we never heard how he got.
Oh, maybe y'all should. I wish I had my phone. I'm calling a nigga right now, and he sure would tell you.
Yeah, because we know the whole DOC story from.
But you want to know how he physically got
how
there?
physically you get from Dallas? Because
was it a bike, a bus, was it a train?
Well,
Nigga,
no, it was like what made Dre out of fuck with him.
Like,
because
who was the connect?
Yeah, who's the connect? Because when the shit start, every documentary, DOC's already there. Yeah. Every movie, DOC's
you don't know
already
how he got there.
He from Dallas. How the fuck did he get there?
That's that connection. We always had a Southwest connection. Like,
right.
Dallas, Houston, New Orleans, like we always had that Southwest connect to where our family more likely came from the South and migrated to the West.
Gotcha.
So we connect.
Is that how DOC got there, Snoop? That's what you said?
Maybe. I might have discovered it. Christopher Columbus, this nigga.
Yo, Snoop, when does the album come out?
Friday the 13th, December the 13th. That motherfucker come out Friday the 13th. I'm tired of being nice. Fuck it.
And what's the name of the album?
Missionary. Because we did it to you doggy style. And that's with no pause.
So Mase, what do you think of him letting this go for now?
Podcast P. Woo! Yes! Podcast P! Keeping the main thing the main thing. Thank you for not letting those Philadelphia people raid your house, break into your car, and remind you why you are a 76er. Because they were losing their patience. So I'm happy for Paul George. I'm so happy. I wouldn't have said throw the whole show away because I think your show is really cool. And I think, if you just put basketball first, you still can do that podcast. But I'm so thankful that he came with this response. A lot of times when people go through things, the response tells you the character of the person, not what people do to you, because what people do to you, is not your business. It's how you respond that is your business. So him hearing all these rumblings, then you got the GM, you got the teammate, everybody like, man, Paul George is getting all this money and he's not really playing and he got to take care of his body, but he's mainly focusing on his podcast. And I'm just saying this is all hearsay. I'm not saying any of this is true. But when you hear all these rumors, how you respond shows a lot about who you are. It's like LeBron when he heard all those rumblings and then he came back and got those 2 championships. And then he heard he couldn't do it in Cleveland. And then he made his way back to Cleveland and got the championship. So as you can tell, we just call it like it is. It is what it is. If you're playing great, we're talking great. If you're playing bad, we're talking bad. So don't put that on us. What do they call that? when you start putting your views on other people, projecting.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't project when it come to it is what it is. It is what it is just a mirror of how you really look that nobody else is telling you.
Okay. And then Cam, what do you think about Podcast B taking a break?
I think this is crazy, to be honest with you. He must got like Podcast P, seriously though, on some. This is kind of crazy. He must really have an alter ego, Podcast P, for him to be like, yo, I don't know. Listen, I don't know how much he making on this podcast, but I'm pretty sure if it was anywhere close, half, 25% of what he makes in the NBA, they would be talking about it. So I don't think this has anything to do with a bunch of money for his podcast. Not saying he ain't making a few M's, and I'm not saying that he ain't making no bread on it, but it's nowhere near what the Sixers is paying him. So he says he has a whole podcast, an announcement to say that he's not doing the podcast to focus on making a run at the end of the season to possibly be in the play-in. So you figured that out in March. It's March. You say, I would be so mad if I'm the Sixers fans, if I'm the GM, if I'm the coach, the nigga said, in March, you know what, I want to buckle down and help this team out and get to where we need to get. You wasn't thinking about that in October? That's crazy.
Yeah.
But the craziest shit is this. This is why I say he must really have the alter ego, because he put Podcast P away, told him, yo, I'm going to miss you. I'll see you after the season. You know, it's going to be tough without you, but I got to do what I got to do. And the nigga, even though they lost to the Knicks, the nigga had 25, 8, and 7. He was looking like Paul George a little bit out there. More than we seen this season, but it looked like a really decent Paul George. So Podcast P murder really has to get put away.
Yeah, he got to bury it. He got to bury it. Pause. Yeah, he got to bury it.
How the same day you announce you putting Podcast P away, 25, 8, and 7 in the Garden when you haven't been playing well?
And this is what people don't like to hear, Killer.
But it's March. Niggas saying March. You gotta get October. I'm not trying to. Come on, man.
October he was Podcast P. November he was Podcast P. Came back from Thanksgiving. Podcast P in December. Came back from Christmas. Podcast P in January. Valentine's come around. Podcast P again.
Facts.
And then on March, he's saying, I want you to see how this sounds. So 75% of the season is gone, and it just clicked on in his mind that I play basketball.
Just to add, this is also his first game with 20-plus points this month.
Yes, this is what I'm saying. And when we say this, people say, oh, you taking jabs. Taking jabs at what? Like Floyd said, hating on who? Yo, 75% of the team, 75% of the season is gone, and it's just clicked on in his mind. And this is what happens when people don't tell you the truth. Now, somebody may say, Mase, you got his number. You should have said that to him. I will make sure before this comes out that he did get a text about this, because I want people to hold me to the truth, and I want to hold people to the truth. And those are the only people I want to be around. I don't want to be around somebody you got to tell them they're good when they're not. And I don't want nobody to tell me I'm good when I'm not. That's why Cam is cool, because when he called me, he'd be like, yo, Murder, we slipping, bro. Or he'll tell me, yo, bro, you need to be doing this. And I don't ever get upset. That's been our relationship since we've been kids. Right. Like, yo, Killer, you gotta run, bro.
Right.
Like, if I see he was cheating in Central Park, I told on him. I hold him accountable.
He's still mad about that, though.
I hold him accountable. You just found it out, though. Just like we just found out that Playoff P, Podcast P is back. It be like that sometimes.
No, that's what I was saying. Like, yo, the nigga found out in March he got to put the nigga away to focus. I'm just trying to say, see, I think listen, today you speak, I don't really gotta say it like you're saying everything, but see, that's what I was saying before you actually broke the months down. Forget the fans and people like us who talk about this. The niggas who pay him have to be on fire. Like, we've been paying you all these months, but you wasn't focused on helping us get to the playoffs.
Yeah.
What do we? So he worked to me. He's a full-time podcaster and a part-time basketball player until last night. He's back being a basketball player. That's all. It's wild, but shout out to the GOAT.
So
Yeah.
I do want to reiterate his quote really quick. So he said, give ourselves a chance to be in contention, to compete for a championship. Do you think that they have a strong chance at that?
Okay.
Mase?
Now I'm going to switch. Pause. I'm going to switch into what most sports analysts do when they're cool with a player. This is what they'll say. Well, you know, he's going through things with his family. Maybe the podcast is therapy for him. They love to put it in a realm where you can't refute it. This generation is great at excuses. If you can't do the job, give the money back. That's my quote. If you can't do the job, get the money back. If you're not going to show up, give the money back, bro. People love to spend the money and not do the job. If you can't do the job, give the money back. That would be what I would say to that.
Valid. And then Cam.
But Murder, the question was, do you think the Philly got a chance?
No. That's why we need the money back. That's why we need the money back. Philly absolutely doesn't have a chance. Saying does Philly have a chance is like running a marathon and you skip Brooklyn, you skip Manhattan, you skip Long Island, and you're going to start running in the Bronx? No, there's no way you're gonna finish with us. We're already 3/4 already through the boroughs. You got to catch up. So I might be running a marathon this year, Killer. I wanted to tell you that. I might be running a marathon.
Yeah. All right. Sound good. Make sure you don't cheat.
Pull one of your things, take a cab to.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna run the marathon and beat Diddy's score. What do you think about that?
That's cool. I don't have anything to say. I'm out of it.
I'm here for greatness. You hear me?
That's the only reason we're supposed to be here anyway.
Yeah.
Do something great again. Right. Make Harlem great again, Nate.
Yeah.
Anyway, seriously, the Sixers, I don't think they have a chance this year, especially with Joel Embiid probably going to end up shutting it down. But the interesting thing is this, they're only 2.5 games outside of the play-in. That's what's crazy about the play-in, is that the play-in, you could be fucking up all year, end up getting an attempt seed, win the 2 playoff games, and then be in the real playoffs. Imagine that happen. Now, I'm not saying they would go anywhere in the playoffs, but let's say the Philly ends up making it to the play-in, the 10th spot, 9th spot, whatever. Win the 2 playoff games or whoever they got to play, and now they're in the playoffs. It's a whole new conversation. Now I'm more mad at Podcast P, because you've been fucking with niggas all year and you could have been doing this. That's what you're saying? Period. But I don't think they're going anywhere. I'm not the last thing I'm saying. I don't think that they're going to make it, but it's not impossible for them to make it. And if they make it, that would be wow. Go ahead, Murder.
Yeah, and part of him not playing leads to more wear and tear on Joel Embiid. So even that is contributed and is calculated in the rebuke that I'm giving him right now. But if he changes his mind, he want to do right, I'll forgive him, and he gotta get back to balling though. But anytime somebody up here slacking, we gotta tell them the truth.
Yeah.